Okay, so let's go to our main lecture. Okay. So for this, the hindrance that okay, that I want to discuss is about the corruption and this combating hindrance to good governance. So in the main topic itself, in our government, corruption is a tribal problem. So this is a systematic disease weaken the principles of the good governance, damages the social welfare. Okay, when you say damage the social welfare, it focuses that dahil ang mga politiko kinakamkam yung pera na dapat sa taong bayan. So, ibig sabihin, kesa ang makinabang ay tayo, sa 100% na pondo, halimbawa, sa 100% na pondo ng tao, na tayo naman sa atin din naman galing dahil sa mga binabayaran natin na mga buwis. Totoo yun guys, nagbabayad tayo ng buwis. Sa bawat binibili nating pangangailangan natin sa araw-araw, may kaakibat itong value-added tax. So nagbabayad pa din tayo. So galing din naman sa atin yung pera na hawak ng mga politiko. So isabihin, 100% nung sa atin din na nanggaling, dapat tayo ang makinabang. So good morning everyone. Today's lecture is Confront Society's Globally Corrupt. We will investigate its nature, causes, significant consequence, importantly, the approach for mitigation. Corruption is more than a trivial problem. It is an act as a systematic disease that fundamentally weakens the principles of good governance and damages the social welfare. Session set the stage for understanding how corruption permeates political system with what collective can adjust during the global issue. I'm so sorry, Ma'am Eliza, if it's I use Gamma AI, because the content of my paper about this is I just do it because I don't have any time to do it in Canva because as a student, you know what happened to me. That's why to do, I need to think my initiative to do something na hindi ako mahuhuli sa kahit anong bagay. So let's define the enemy. So dito sa corruption, meron tayong tinatawag na abuse of power. So pag sinabi ng abuse of power, dahil alam nila na isang politiko, isang leader, ay nakaupo sila, so meron silang kapangyarihan na gamitin ang kanilang kapangyarihan. Pero, nagiging abusado sila hanggat pwede nilang i-fraud, pwede nilang i-forge lahat ng papeles, pwede nilang baguhin ang dapat baguhin para hindi sila mahuli sa kanilang mga gawain. Upang makuha nila ang kalahati o ang mga pondo na dapat ay nasa atin. So, nambabribe sila, may embezzlement, forms of corruption, petty, bribery, cronyism and nepotism, embezzlement and illicit contract awards. The impact to government. So, manifestation erodes institutional integrity and citizen through the undermining development perpetuating inequality. So, siyempre, so this is how we define what is what we called corruption. Dahil ikaw ay naluklok sa pwesto mo, ginamit mo ang kapangyarihan mo para makuha ang nararapat para sa iyo, pero sa maling paraan. Naging kurakot ka. Kinakamkam mo ang pera ng taong bayan o yung pera ng tao na sila naman talaga ang naghihirap. So, unraveling the roots of causes of corruption. The historical legacies, weak institute impunity from past violation, foster environment where corruption we may flourish unchecked. Recurring the ethical breaches with no consequences normalize corrupt behavior. Yes, totoo naman, di ba? Kapag ang pinanggalingan mong pamilya ay isang kurakot, totoo naman yun, guys. Kung saan ba talaga nanggagaling, kung ano ba ang root, kung ano ang ugat, siya din ang bunga. Totoo. Totoo yun, guys. Di ba? Na kung ang iyong ama ay dating politiko na kurakot ka na din. Tama? Tama. Culture and structural causes. Culture acceptance of corruption as normal. Adequate bureaucracies and lack of transparency, poor enforcement and ambitious regulation, and absence of accountability and mechanism. Devastating impacts of consequences of corruption. Public trust erosion. Corruption diminishes the faith in government legitimacy and rule of law. Resource diversion. Fund meant for public service are misappropriated, exacerbating social inequalities. Economic distortion. Unchecked corruption stifles competitions, debtors, investment, and hinders sustainable growth. Social instability. Corruption breeds unrest, undermining peace and fuel cycles of conflict. So these are the devastating impacts of consequences of corruption. Towards a solution, strengthening the institution. I'm so sorry, guys. So let's go back to this presentation. Institutional reforms. Ramping bureaucratic system to enhance transparency and fairness. When you are transparent, you're open. When you're fair, alam mo na ito, bilang ikaw ang namumuno, hindi mo kukunin lahat. Yes, kukuha ka ng portion na pera para baguhin kung yung mga bagay na kailangan baguhin at ayusin. Ngunit, kinakailangan mo ding matutunan, totoo yun, guys. Kailangan mo din matutunan bilang isang leader na dapat, for example, may pondo kang 100,000. 30,000 pagawa mo yung mga dapat pagawa. 70,000 ibigay mo sa taong bayan. Ganun dapat. Rule of law. Ensure laws apply equally consistent to prevent exploitation. Dapat yung mga rules dapat napapatupad. Hindi lang basta-basta, oh my God. Rule of law. Process of transparency. Open, proceed, diminish, opportunity for corrupt transaction. Alam mo na yan. Hindi ko na kailangan paliwanag. Process of transparency. Open procedures, diminish opportunity for corrupt transactions. Promoting accountability and oversight. Independent oversight. Establishing bodies insulated from political influence to minor corrupt acts. Number 2, effective investigation. robust investigative powers to detect the gather evidence of wrongdoing. Alam mo naman siguro intindihin. Impartial judiciary, swift and unbiased adjudication to hold offenders accountable. Alam mo na may ibig sabihin na accountability? Ginawa mo yung kalokohan, ginawa mo yung kabalastugan, kailangan mo matutunang harapin yon. Kailangan mong akuin yung bagay na pagkakamali mo na hindi mo dapat ipapasa sa iba. Ganon. Oversight. Kailangan mong usisain, tignan ng lahat para malaman mo kung ano talaga ang problema. Ganon yon. O, empowering citizens, fostering integrity. Access to information, enabling people to synchronize government actions and decisions. Ethical education, promoting moral values, responsible citizenship to build a culture of honesty. Ethical, kung meron kang ethics, meron kang moralidad, magagawa mo yan. Magkakaroon ka ng kulturang honest. Wala tayong problema. Walang corruption, walang greed, wala lahat ng gahaman ng mga politiko. Dapat ganon. Dapat ang mga tao magkaroon din sila ng access of information. Tama. Citizen participation. Encouraging active involvement in governance and oversight. Whistleblower protection. Safeguarding individuals who expose corruption from retaliation. Totoo. May mga tao na nagdadaldal na, ay, korupto, mamaya patay na yan, nabaril na yan. Totoo yun, guys. Kailangan natin protektahan yung mga tao. Totoo naman yun. We have our voice. We can say whatever we want. Pero siguraduhin mo kung may nakita ka, huwag kang matakot sa buhay mo. At kailangan din matutunan na protektahan yung mga taong ang adhikain lamang ay mapabuti ang bayan na inyong pinabibilangan. Tama? International cooperation in combating corruption. Tama. Kahit sa Pilipinas man yan. Pwede yan. Tama? Tama. International cooperation in combating corruption. Cross-border collaboration, sharing intelligence, coordinating anti-corruption efforts across the nation, joint investigation, pooling resources and experts to prosecute transactional corruption cases, international agreements. Pwede naman mangyari ito. Adopting treaties and set up global cooperative frameworks. Conclusion. A collective commitment to eradicate corruption. Corruption poses a profound threat to governance and sustainable development worldwide. Yes. Tama ko? Again? Tama ko. Okay. Addressing this challenge demands sustained efforts to reinforce institution, uphold accountability, empower citizenry, and cultivate ethics. So, ito yung mga base dito sa mga apat na naka-dictate, na naka-bullet dyan. Build foundations of justice, fairness, and transparent to overcome the scourge has long hindered the progress. Number one, what is it? Build strong and transparent institution to eradicate corruption. Number two, ensure accountability and judicial independence. Number three, empower citizens through access and protection. Four, promote ethical values, international cooperations. So this is the end of my discussion. I hope you learned something, my dearest perpetual.